In Caracas, gunfire and anti-aircraft fire broke out over Venezuela's presidential palace. Residents have reported bursts of gunfire near Urdaneta Avenue, close to the Miraflores Palace. The incident came just hours after Delcy Rodriguez was sworn in as an interim president following Nicolas Maduro's capture. Venezuela's Ministry of Communication has said that police fired at drones flying without permission, and they stress the situation is now under control. Reports indicate that the shots may have stemmed from confusion between different security units. One member called for backup, describing confrontations near the palace, before another described it as a misunderstanding. The White House has said it is closely tracking reports but confirms the U.S. is not involved. Caracas remains on edge with heightened security following the recent U.S. operation and Maduro's removal. Now for this discussion, we welcome back Mr. Chitrat Jai Bhardwaj. He's a managing editor of the Australia Today, joins us live from Melbourne. Thank you very much, Mr. Bhardwaj, for staying with us. Now, looking at this, what are the potential domestic, also international consequences of, such security misunderstanding? Although we don't know if it was actually a misunderstanding, we don't exactly know where the drones came from and who, for what the fires were shot once again, and how will this further affect interim President Rodriguez government?
See, right now Venezuela is on edge. So any rumor or any drone which they see flying in the sky, which they don't assume to be friendly, the guns will be fired. The safety and security, as Venezuelan government is saying, is paramount for them. And it could be a panic because the way Americans did their whole operation and picked up President Maduro, that was unprecedented. In the modern days, it was failure of Venezuelan Air Force, air defense system, and everything which we could think of. However, now the regime is trying to tell people that yes, they are in control. The defense minister has come up a number of times on TV and explained that they are doing everything to keep people safe from any foreign intervention. And probably that's what has happened. It was a panic fire as we see it right now. The more information yet to come to clear the picture. But as of now, what we understand is that there was a panic and that these guns were fired, anti-missile, anti-aircraft guns were fired. However, the whole details is yet to emerge from Venezuelan side.
Yes, and how do you think how is these kind of incidences reflecting the challenges that is faced by Venezuela right now, and how might the heightened tensions following, of course, their leader's removal influence both internal factionism and the risk of further instability?
See, it's anybody's guess that yes, Venezuela is now divided into certain sectors, and there are certain people who are controlling the sections of those areas. Country is so divided. Only the centralized Caracas and certain areas are now controlled by Venezuelan government. Rest, there are guerrillas, there are Cambodian supported militias there. There are drug cartels who are operating, and they have captured a large part of areas where probably government structures have failed as of now. So if America is going to do another invasion operation, whatever you want to call, whichever side you want to sit on the fence, I don't think Venezuela has any capability to hold America away. President Trump has to decide what they want to do with Venezuela right now, whether they want to take over it, where they want to have a puppet government there. However, times are tough in terms of security in Venezuela. My heart goes out for the people of Venezuela who have been suffering the dictatorship for last 30 years almost, and now they will be facing further turmoil in their country.
Yes, 100%. And lastly, Mr. Bardwaj, since you're in Australia, can you tell us how are people reacting to everything that has happened with Australia and US doing operations in Australia? How's media covering this news over there?
See, for us, it's important that democracy and dialogue is maintained in any conversation. Australia is a very fair, free, democratic country, and that's how they want to see other countries also. Our Foreign Minister Penny Wong has said that there is no place for war. There is a dialogue and diplomacy which should be put on table, which should be at the forefront of this whole whatever has happened. Now, from here, let's go to the media and the people, how they have reacted. Yesterday, there was a protest in Sydney, a large protest against the US intervention there in Venezuela. That's how it has been called here in media. Uh, yes, people are hesitating to call it an invasion as they have called in Russia. However, a lot of people are not very happy about the way this whole operation was conducted by US, and capturing a certain president of a country is unprecedented in the modern time, and we don't appreciate the way it was done. That's what I can say from Australian point of view.
Thank you for sharing that, Mr. Bardwaj, and also joining us and sharing that insight throughout our news all the way from Melbourne. Thank you.